Hi, my name is Laura Ritchie with Events in the City, and I'm here to talk to you today about RSVP tracking and preparing your invitations for ultimate success. In starting your invitation prep, it's a really important thing to get started right away. Once they're back from the printer, go ahead and set yourself up on one big cleaned off table. Make sure that your nails have no nail polish on them. You would hate to have scuff marks. And set things up in an assembly line. That thing makes things really easy, and so you're not missing pieces inside each envelope. Once you have your assembly line started, I think it's really important to make sure that each person that's helping you does their one piece per person. That way each envelope stuffed is exactly the same way each time. Think about it how when guests open up their envelope and what they're seeing first. The biggest piece should be in the back, and you should build things forward. When it comes to setting up your RSVPs for inside of your envelope, a little fun trick that you definitely want to include is numbering each RSVP card before it sits inside of the envelope. Making this RSVP card numbered discreetly on the back, however you wish, to match your RSVP address list is a great way to track guests, especially if they just so happen to forget to put their names on the RSVP card. It's also a great way to follow up with guests after the fact, just in case there's any follow-up on their menu choices. Now that you've gone ahead and tracked all of your RSVPs in your secret numbering situation, it's really important that you make sure that each date that's on that card and the subsequent other cards all aligns. If your wedding's September 26th, we would suggest that your RSVP date is August 26th, exactly 4 weeks beforehand, as well as the hotel room block cutoff date. If they're all the 26th of both August and, of course, your wedding date being September 26th, it's far easier for your guests to be able to remember that the 26th is an important deadline for them to know. Now all your RSVPs are all stuffed and your invitations are ready to seal, we suggest not sealing them until the very last moment. This is a great way to just be double sure that everything's ready to go. Furthermore, when it comes to stamping, there's two different things that you need to keep in mind when stamping. If you're using regular stamps from the post office, there's a few rules that the UPS service makes sure that you have to follow. First of all, your stamps need to be aligned in the top right-hand corner moving over to the left-hand side, as well as the weight. Getting beautiful invitations is so fantastic, but making sure that they're weighed properly before you start stamping away is a great way to make sure you don't get ones returned in the mail. Typically, things like heavier invitations, square invitations will increase the price. A normal stamp is 49 cents right now. Typically, we see that wedding invitations take anywhere from double that to triple or quadruple that. But taking one of your invitation suites to the post office before even starting the stuffing will ensure that you have the right postage on every single invitation. Furthermore, from there, if you're going to use vintage stamps, which is a wonderful trend that we have going now, those are, of course, a little bit more expensive as someone's procuring all of these vintage stamps for you, but it's a fantastic way to make sure that you are gathering pieces that tie into your design, whether that's color or theme. You'll see in the invitations that we've included here that this wedding used the same colors. It was fantastic and a great way to make sure that that first initial impact was really strong. Once you've stamped your invitation, you're going to bring it to the post office. So a couple things to keep in mind here. If you've done vintage stamps, you want to ask for someone at the post office to give you their hand canceller. It's like a big stamping machine and you want to do it yourself. When you're using the hand canceller, it's really important that that stamp for the canceller touches every single stamp. We suggest, so you're not ruining the vintage stamps, to capture the in-between lines of each stamp. That way it's covered, but it doesn't look like it's completely covered up. Make sure everything's sealed properly, and you might want to go ahead and not only lick the envelope, but also use some special tape, like washi tape is a fun way if you're a little bit more of a whimsy bride, or using even just a little bit more glue to make sure it's sealed. You would hate for an invitation to show up and all the pieces are missing.